Hello, everybody. Welcome to this presentation about OpManager 12. Yes, we are finally going to release OpManager 12. I know there are a lot of excitement going along with the release, and I first thank you everybody for joining this presentation. And in this presentation, I'm going to uh, uh, discuss about the top five important points related to this release. I'll be highlighting the important components, important points for this release. So first, on behalf of OpManager team, we would like to give you a big thank you for the year 2015 and for making it successful for OpManager. And let me go into the presentation directly. Okay, so the first major change in OpManager 12 is the integration. So if you know about the product, we had OpManager separately, and then there were plugins on top of it. Plugins like NetFlow, NCM, OpUtils, which is the IPAM plugin, where can be installed on top of OpManager and can be used for integration. But there was no proper data level integration between the plugins. That is, the data from OpManager cannot be used in NetFlow, or the data from NCM cannot be used in Firewall, or vice versa. The data level integration was very, very poor, and the integration was mainly API based and a UI level integration. Um, that's mainly because each of these plugins were built as separate products, and it was not built to work together. Okay, each were separate products, and there was no common framework. The database was separate. The java.exe, that is the process. There will be 5 or 6 different processes for one for each of the plugins. And these plugins were not easy to sell as well. Okay, you can sell it as I mean, let's say if you have OpManager, you have sold OpManager to a customer, and if you want to cross-sell NetFlow Analyzer, it is not very easy to do. You have to get the permission from the customer to download and install the plugin, and then configure it. But still, on the eyes of the customer, you're downloading a separate product and not a common product. So this was one of the major problem with the plugin model. So we listened to this feedback from our customers, from our partners, and we experienced it ourselves. And in OpManager 12, we have merged everything into a single product. So when I say a single product, it is a truly single product. It's going to have a common framework. That is, there is going to be only one java.exe process running, one database, which is going to be PG-SQL or MS SQL across the 5 products. And when I say 5 products, it includes OpManager, NetFlow, NCM, IPAM, which is OpUtils, and Firewall Analyzer. And the main advantage of this model is there is going to be a data level integration across all the add-ons. Okay, so the data from OpManager can be used in NetFlow, and NetFlow data can be used in NCM or Firewall. However we wish to have, we will be able to do it because there is going to be a common framework. And yes, the size of the product is just 98 megabytes. So we have 5 products, and the size is under 100 megabytes. And another major news from our side is OpManager 12 is going to come up with a brand new user interface. Okay, the reason behind that was when we started working on OpManager 12, that is the integration, we started feeling that the old API client was not doing justice to the integration. That is, the integration was not very much well connected in the API client. So we felt there was a need for a new user client, and we have brought this user interface, which you are seeing on the screen now. So as I told you, the 5 products have been merged together. We have a common dashboard. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through a few screenshots. If you just follow my mouse, this overview tab will give you a summary of all the products. NetFlow server and virtualization will give you some dashboard for OpManager. Um, so this dashboard can have, I mean, you can configure your own custom dashboard, or you can have the predefined, you can use the predefined dashboard. There is network dashboard will show the network related information, server related information, and virtualization will have VM related information like VMware Hyper-V or Zen server. NetFlow will have NetFlow analyzer information. Similarly for NCM, firewall, and IPAM, we will have separate dashboards. Not just separate dashboards. That doesn't mean a lot of integration. I mean, it doesn't mean integration, right? So we have a common inventory page with filters for each of the products. Okay, so you will be able to view all the respective add-ons, that is the devices in the add-ons here. And not just that, you can, another wonderful option which we have provided is you will be able to generate reports from the inventory page itself. And if you like any particular report and want to use it, you can convert that report as a widget and it will be available inside a dashboard. Okay, so I'm showing you the screenshots now. You can try it with our demo, or you can install the EXE after this presentation and you can give it a try. Or you can sign up for the training which we have sent as well, where I'll be going through in detail about the new features and I'll show the complete product presentation. So, so this is the inventory tab, and this is the major the main feature or the main enhancement which I liked personally myself in OpManager 12. Okay, a common snapshot for all the add-ons. Say for example, if you want, let's say there is a router. If you want to see the availability and performance information from a router, you have to check in OpManager. But if you want to find what applications, which application is using the traffic, you have to use NetFlow. And or if you want to know what configuration changes have been done on the router, you need to use NCM. So for a basic router, you have to switch to 3 different snapshots to view a basic information. Okay, so we have now in OpManager 12, we have a common snapshot where information from OpManager, NetFlow, NCM, and if it's going to be a switch, OpUtils information, and firewall, if it's a firewall information will be shown on a single snapshot page. And trust me on this part, it really makes life simpler for a lot of technicians. And there is also a common alarm page here. Okay, so this alarm page will give you the alarms from all the add-ons and OpManager. But if you want to have any specific, if you want to filter any specific alarm, we also have filters for that. And I told you about data level integration, and I was highlighting that. The reason why I was so impressed or obsessed with the data level integration is because of the wide variety of usage which and benefits customers can get. Okay, so this is just one example. Okay, so what you're seeing here is just a common business view in OpManager. You might have seen it many times in the past. But if you notice this blue box here, small box on this traffic link, this information is fetched from NetFlow Analyzer. So you can have 2 devices, and between these 2 devices, you can have a link which generally shows whether it is up or down based on the interface status in OpManager. But instead, you can choose whether you want to show the traffic information or volume of traffic flowing or based on application traffic. That is, you can measure whether your business critical traffic is using the maximum bandwidth on this link. Okay, so you will be able to it gives you a lot of leverage to uh, to to use uh, to have a high level view where you can have the complete information. Similarly, we had reports earlier. On the reports, you have, I mean, each product or each add-ons, that is the plugins which we had earlier, had separate reports, and you have to go to that page to generate the report. But from 12, the common reports will be available. And also, we had a report builder, which you might have seen in version 11. That report builder can generate reports from OpManager, NetFlow, NCM, Firewall, and IPAM. So when I say all this, you may think is it going to be useful? So think for a router, uh, you may need to get the availability information, performance information, traffic information, and if there is going to be any config changes, you may have to get that information. But you cannot have a single report which can do that. But with in OpManager 12, we are going to have a report builder from where you will be able to use those reports to get that. I mean, use that to get the report you wish to have. Okay, so to quickly summarize, we have a single download and 5 products are combined together, and we have combined the discovery. That is, if you add an OpManager, uh, and if it is relatively going to be in NCM or NetFlow or IPAM or Firewall, it is going to be added in those add-ons as well. So you add it in one location and it is going to be added in other places, other add-ons. Similarly, we have unified the alarms. You have a unified user management, which really makes life simple, because earlier there was no common user management, and even working with it was a little bit troublesome. But now we have a common user management, and then we have unified maps, unified reporting section, which I just showed you, and unified notification. So everything comes under one roof, and you don't have to configure each of these modules separately. So the next point, your immediate question will be whether the standalone products will continue or not. That is, we have provided a unified product in the name of OpManager 12 where we have merged everything. Will the standalone products continue? Yes, they will continue as how it was in the past. Okay, so this is a snapshot of NetFlow Analyzer. Okay, so you can download, let's say if a customer is interested or if a prospect is interested only in the NetFlow module, and if they don't want a common module, they can download each of these specific products individually and they can use it. So let's say this is the snapshot for NetFlow Analyzer. This is for OpUtils. This is for Network Configuration Manager, NCM, and Firewall Analyzer. Okay, so to quickly summarize, although OpManager is integrated with 5 products, the add-ons will also be available as separate products on its own. Okay, and you must have earlier seen about products, heard from us about products like Topo Mapper, Rack Builder, CI Manager, VM Manager, Social IT. These products, these were free, and customers can upgrade by paying it. So now we have given end of life and it has been made free. I'll give you details in the next upcoming slides. And this is one of the major highlight here. We are not going to have any more plugins in OpManager from now. Okay, I mean not from now, but in the relative future, in the near future, there won't be any more plugins. So we have the NCM plugin, We had the NCM plugin, which has been merged with OpManager. NetFlow NFA is NetFlow plugin, which has been merged with OpManager as well. OpUtils plugin has been merged as well. So these three plugins have been merged, and the only one remaining is the APM plugin, and the work has already started, and approximately in Q3, in third quarter, or by the end of before the end of 2016, we are planning to release the APM plugin. I know this is this is one of the major requirement we have heard from our customers and partners to have an integrated application manager. And yes, we have heard you. It is going to be available in before the end of this year. And for CMDB and SIEM plugin, those plugins are discontinued, but they will be available as a standalone product. So if there are any users interested in these two plugins, you can suggest them to go for the standalone product. And for the smaller products which I told you about, TopoMapper will be available as free for 2 maps. Rack Builder will be available as free for 2 racks. CI Manager, which is the UCS monitoring, will be free for 1 UCS. VM Manager will be free for unlimited VMs, but the data will be stored only for 2 days. And Social IT is free for 2 users. We'll be removing the standalone, the websites for these products, and also you will be able to download the free edition of these products from the ManageEngine free editions page. Next, we are bringing in a bundled pricing. I'll be talking to you about this in detail because we rely a lot on this bundled pricing for OpManager 12. So to be more precise, there is going to be no changes in the existing pricing. Okay, so whatever price you had for OpManager 11 is going to continue for OpManager 12. Instead of plugins, okay, there is NetFlow plugin or NCM plugin or OpUtils plugin, IPAM plugin. Instead of plugins, they will be called as add-ons. We are calling them as add-ons because we are not going to make any new installation there. Okay, on OpManager, it is going to be included and it is license controlled. Okay, just like we had the WAN RTT monitor or VoIP monitor, VoIP monitor, it is going to be license controlled, and it is not going to be a separate plugin from now. And this is a news. Lee Edition has been merged with Essential Edition. Okay, so there is not going to be a separate large enterprise edition as we did in 11. So it's merged with Essential. So what this simply means is the Essential Edition can scale up to 1 million interfaces. Okay, so there is no if there is a need for a large installation from any of the prospect, you can go with the Essential Edition, as it has the same functionalities as the large enterprise edition. So going forward, there will be only 2 editions in OpManager: Essential and Enterprise. Essential is for standalone networks, and Enterprise is for geographically distributed networks. And both these editions will be able to scale up to 1 million interfaces. And now we'll go to the important part, which is the bundled pricing. I told you we had a lot of requirements from our customers to provide a bundled pricing. Okay, so when we released the plugins, we used to, our customers and partners, many of you have spoken to me directly about having a bundled pricing for OpManager. Because it is very difficult for you to quote 4 different products or 4 or 5 different products and making or later making the customer accept. It was it was a requirement which we had been receiving for quite some time. So we brought in this bundled pricing. So let me show you how it works with a 100 device license example. Okay, so here you have 100 device OpManager license. Okay, so this 100 device license, all my examples for now will be for this 100 device part, which is the third line. Okay, so the license 100, this is what I'm going to concentrate. Okay, so for OpManager 12, the price for 100 device pack is going to be $3,495. Okay, uh, if you purchase it separately. And one more thing, the bundled pack will be called as OpManager Plus. Okay, and this is not a separate product. This is just for licensing, or this is just for licensing purpose. Okay, this is just a bundled pack for licensing purpose. Okay, so for this 100 devices, if you purchase OpManager separately, it will be $3,495. Okay, and here, let's say if you want to purchase additional NetFlow or other plugins. Okay, so if I purchase OpManager 100 devices, 100 interfaces in NetFlow, 100 interfaces, 100 devices in NCM, which is Device Expert, one device, one firewall device, or 1,000 IP addresses in OpUtils. If you want to buy these four, that is NFA, NCM, firewall, and OpUtils, if you just want to buy this together, it will come up to $12,473. Okay. So OpManager price is $3,495 for 100, and for other four products, 100 interfaces NCM, so I'm sorry, 100 interfaces NetFlow, 100 devices NCM, one firewall, and 1,000 IP addresses in OpUtils will come to $12,473. Okay, so total, if you total these two, that is for all the 5 products together with this configuration, it come to roughly around $16,000. Okay, and if in OpManager 12, we are going to provide that for $4,495, and this is 28% of the total price. Okay, so if you add these two, it will be this price will be 28% of this total price. And this is based on the calculation of, it is going to be, the OPM plus price will be 1.3 times, I'm sorry, 1.3 times the price of OpManager 12. Okay, so if you purchase OpManager separately, it is going to be $3,495. But if you purchase OpManager Plus with all these add-ons, it is going to be $4,495, and the savings will be almost 70%. We are providing it at 28% of the price. So another comparison. So with AMS, which is the annual maintenance and support, the total is going to be $5,394 for a 100 pack of OPM Plus. And if we have to compare with our competition, so here the competition is SolarWinds. So if we have to compare with the competition, its SolarWinds price is $8,940, and you must be knowing SolarWinds sells discount and not the product on most cases. So we are priced at 60% of the SolarWinds price. Okay, so hope you are clear with this. If you have any confusion, we'll be sending you this presentation in the email. After this is over, we'll be sending you the presentation. You can go through this, and if you have any queries, you can either email me or Devanand directly, and we'll try to help you, or even we can have a call to discuss and clarify things. Okay, so we are providing almost 70% discount in the OPM Plus pricing, and we are giving it, and the final pricing will be 60% of the SolarWinds price. and OPM Plus pricing will be updated on our on ManageEngine store shortly. You can have a look at it. And we also heard from many of our partners. I think almost most of the partners whom I have talked to last year had complained to me about NFA pricing being on the higher side when compared with the competition. Yes, we listened to it, we compared the pricing. So from 12, the NFA price has been slashed by 40%. So a 100 interface pack in NetFlow was $7,000 earlier, and it will be available. The same will be available for $4,495. It's almost 40% less than the previous pricing. And finally, the quote. Um, so earlier, if a customer asks you for any standalone products, let's say OpManager, we'll send the OpManager pricing, the code for OpManager pricing, code for OpManager or NetFlow separately. So this is the current code which we send from our side. So if you see here, 200 device pack for OpManager is around $4,828. I'm not sure if it is very clear on your side, but it is roughly around 4,828, $4,828 for 2,200 device pack OpManager. But when from now we will be sending this recommended pricing along with it. Okay, so here a 200 device license which costs 4,828 for OpManager, for just OpManager, but in OPM Plus, which is in OpManager Plus, 200 devices OpManager, 200 interfaces in NetFlow, 200 devices in NCM, Device Expert, 2 firewall devices, and 2,000 IP addresses in OpUtils, and the combined pricing will be $6,396. So if you calculate this, this will roughly be around $1,500 more. But what the customer can get from this will be almost 70% lesser pricing from the actual pricing. And here we are going to introduce the people-centric monitoring in OpManager 12. We are introducing this. This is in beta still, and it will be available it will be available shortly. So what is people-centric monitoring? Okay, so OpManager has a lot of information. NetFlow has a lot of information. Firewall Analyzer has a lot of information. IP Address Manager has a lot of information, and you can do a lot of things using the NCM plugin. But what will you do when, let's say, someone is downloading a torrent file on your network and affecting your business critical application? The first thing you will do is go to NetFlow Analyzer, find out who's downloading the a torrent file or a movie from a torrent. You'll find the IP address. Probably you can resolve it yourself using DNS, or you can check with the switchport mapper, and you can find who's the user connected to it. And next, you may inform the user directly, or you may block access to the torrent IPs by pushing configurations from NCM. This what I'm telling now is doing everything inside the product. Okay, but what will you? But this is a 3-step process. You have to find in NetFlow. You have to find the user from switchport mapper or IP address manager, and then you have to push configurations from NCM. This is a 3-step process, and before you even troubleshoot the problem, your business critical application is going to be affected because of bandwidth issues, and the end user, I mean the critical user, is going to be affected. So in this people-centric view, we will be showing all the data. So if a user downloads a file from the torrent, you can directly find out who's the user. And if you want to push configuration to the firewall or router to block that IP, you will be able to do it. And apart from that, you can also find what devices the user connects to it and connects to the network, and what application he accesses. All those information will be available uh, in this view. So this is still in beta. We will try to upload some information on our demo sites. You can have a look, or you can even configure it. And finally, custom development. I'm pretty sure you will be excited on hearing this. So far in OpManager, in the history of the products, we have never accepted for any custom development from any of the users or partners. That is because the market, I mean, we were primarily focusing on the market, and some new feature requirement, unless if it is useful to the customer, uh, we will not be taking it. And even if we take it, we won't be giving an appropriate date on when it will be available. That was because of the developmental challenges in the product and in the process we follow. So from OpManager 12, if you're going to lose, I mean, if a customer, if you want a particular feature, if the customer expects a particular feature to be available to win that particular deal, you can send that request, that feature request to us. We will analyze it, and if it is technically possible, we will inform you whether it is going to be available or not. And if we say yes or no, I mean, if we say it is going to be available or it can be developed, it will be made, we will develop it for free. The only condition is, once the customer has to provide a purchase order for the deal, I mean for the sale, and that feature which the customer has requested will be available, I mean, we will make it available in 60 days, in under 60 days. So whatever the customer requires, if it is going to be a valid feature, we are going to we are going to include that in the product for free. And I mean, once the customer purchased the product, and it is going to be available in under 60 days. So we are going to have separate team to do that, and the idea is to win more deals and not to lose any deal because a particular feature was not available. So I'm pretty sure you must be excited on hearing this. I mean, if you have any specific requirement or any specific queries over this, you can email me or Devanand directly, and we'll be really happy to assist you. Okay, so thanks for your time for the presentation. I believe you have my email address or Devanand's email address. You can contact me or Dev for any clarifications, and we will be really happy to assist you. Thank you guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye.